This article is about the 2021 film. For other uses, see Infinite, disambiguation. Infinite is a 2021 American science fiction action film directed by Antoine Fuqua. The screenplay, which was written by Ian Shore, is based on a story by Todd Stein, which is itself adapted from D. Eric Micran's 2009 novel The Reincarnationist Papers. The film stars Mark Wahlberg, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Sophie Cookson, Jason Mantzoukas, Rupert Friend, Toby Jones, and Dylan O'Brien. The film was digitally released on Paramount Plus on June 10, 2021, following delays from its original August 2020 theatrical release due to the COVID-19 pandemic. It received negative reviews from critics who criticized the performances and screenplay, with some comparing it unfavorably with other films like The Matrix. In 1985 Mexico City, Heinrich Treadway tries to escape the authorities and a man, Bathurst. He and his associates, Abel and Leona, speak about the egg, which Treadway stole from Bathurst. Treadway tells Abel that if he does not survive, the latter must remember to look inside. He drives off a bridge, jumping from his car in midair and onto a crane 150 feet away. However, Treadway watches helplessly as Bathurst arrives and kills Abel and Leona. In 2020 New York City, Evan McCauley suffers from schizophrenia. Because of past institutionalization and violent behavior, he cannot get a job. Needing meds, he forges a katana for a local gangster, even though he was never trained as a bladesmith. After the deal goes south, Evan makes his escape but is later arrested. A man at the police station introduces himself as Bathurst and claims they have known each other for centuries. Nora Brightman bursts into the room and helps Evan escape. She explains that about 500 individuals, known as the Infinites, can remember all their past lives. They're divided between two groups, the believers, including Nora, who want to make the world better, and the nihilists, including Bathurst, who want to exterminate all life on Earth. The nihilists have developed weapons to prevent people from being reborn, and trap their souls inside computer chips, and they developed an egg-shaped weapon that will destroy all life on Earth, although Evan, Treadway's reincarnation, stole and hid the egg during his past life. Nora, Leona's reincarnation, explains that most infinites remember their past lives around puberty, which is why Evan was diagnosed schizophrenic. But Evan struggles to regain Treadway's memories, as a result of trauma endured from accidents earlier in life. However, another infinite named the Artisan has a machine that restores Evan's memories. He hid the egg inside his past body, shortly before Bathurst killed him. Bathurst overhears this, gets Evan's old body, and finds the egg. But before he can detonate it, the believers get the egg back, trap Bathurst's soul inside a computer chip, and free the souls of all their comrades whom Bathurst had trapped in computer chips, including Abel's. Although Evan and Nora die in the process. Years later, Nora and Abel are reborn and they meet at the beginning. Evan is reborn in Jakarta, Indonesia. Artisan, now older, visits him and offers a katana to the younger Evan, who regains his memories upon recognizing him. The brightest point of Infinite, 2021, is the film's super cool effects, and with the visual effects that the film has shown, it is completely understandable why Infinite, 2021, is classified as a blockbuster movie. The racing, fire, and action scenes are all very eye-catching, so no matter how pale the content, the audience still tries to sit until the last minute to see if they can still enjoy what's interesting to come from this movie. As mentioned, Infinite, 2021, in addition to the carefully invested techniques, not inferior to the blockbusters Fast and Furious or The Matrix, the rest of the film is extremely faded and forgettable. The idea of past life and present life is really interesting, but the way to build, develop, and exploit the idea of the film is too boring and deadlocked, making the overall content of the movie just a repetitive mess. On the other hand, lack of creativity and originality required. What viewers remember after watching Infinite, 2021, is probably just a series of action sequences on a discrete and forgettable storyline. The main character in the film is praised and promoted a lot by other characters, but throughout the film there are very few moments for this character to prove his ability, and there are not many development steps for people to develop. See sympathy and sympathy for him. The villain of Infinite, 2021, although his acting is very good and has more highlights than the main character, still does not leave much impression on the audience, especially when he is built in the style of an elephant's head and a mouse's tail. The end couldn't have been lazier. His danger when getting what he wants seems to be reduced compared to the beginning, making the viewer feel that every chase and fight between the two sides has no meaning at all. The message that Infinite, 2021, wants to convey to viewers is also not really clear. The past life and the afterlife are the philosophical thought of the East, carrying a lot of ideas about cause and effect, but when the West exploits it, it becomes distant and uninteresting because there is nothing between the past life and the afterlife. Different, who is good is still good, who is supernatural is still supernatural. The film's love story also lacks weight and is hard to move viewers. Therefore, after watching Infinite, 2021, the audience seems to hear Ho Kwang Hugh's hit song again. Infinite's fiction and absurdity, 2021, is beyond discussion. The film ignores all the laws of physics, and it is not clear what period the film is set in, only knowing that the technology used in the film is too far away from reality. The main character automatically lives no matter how injured, while the minor character just touches it a little to sell salt. Because the logic of the movie is not good and the content is very blurry. Image, sound, perhaps the producers were too focused on the picture and sound, so they forgot about the movie content. That's why Infinite, 2021's hearing and vision are really good with many epic scenes, realistic vivid effects, especially scenes shot with slow-motion technique on musical background. Dynamic and lively, contributing to retaining the audience from the opening scene to the last minute of the film. This part did well, but was overwhelmed by the bad content acting. Infinite, 2021, gathers some pretty famous actors in Hollywood such as Mark Wahlberg, Chiwetel Ejiofor, or Dylan O'Brien, in which according to the review, Mark's role is the most boring because he cannot show the quality of his character and make viewers fall in love with this character. The supporting actors are only at a round level and the film's character building is really weak, so watching the movie without any role left an impression on the audience. What is your opinion about the movie? Please leave it in the comment section. Goodbye and see you again.